Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and I wanted to do a quick video that is actually dedicated to a friend of mine. She is practicing the Mucusless Diet Healing System and kind of living in a place where there's not a lot of other people around that are into plant-based living, and has a family, and a lot of the family members are not on board with this kind of lifestyle, and so you can imagine it is very difficult to practice these higher level plant-based lifestyles alone, surrounded by people that not only are not on board with the lifestyle but trying to tear you down, constantly picking at you or saying or trying to make fun of you or trying to tell you how insane you are, that it's dangerous, or wanting to pick up the phone and call 521 kids on you if you have children and you want them to get off of dairy and get off of, you stop feeding them meat, and then the next door neighbor is looking over threatening to call the cops on you because you're not feeding your child pus anymore. My heart goes out to all of you that are struggling with that, and I'm so happy to see there's a support system now that wasn't available 5 years ago, and it's growing. The community is growing, the consciousness is growing, and I totally love it. But what I wanted to show in this video is, many of you might be familiar with Allegory of the Cave. That is Plato's Allegory of the Cave, and there are many different reincarnations of this allegory, even in modern times, modern movies, novels like Huxley's Brave New World, George Orwell's 1984, movies such as The Matrix, The Truman Show, Inception to a certain extent, and even Alice in Wonderland to a certain extent. This is kind of an age-old tale about an individual that is enslaved, in bondage, yet somehow is removed from bondage, gets out of slavery, goes out and sees this total new reality, this new world that he had never experienced before, and wants to return and try to save the people that he had formerly been enslaved with. And they turn on him and they say, no, you get out of here, you're crazy, you're insane, we don't want to hear about this unreality that you speak of. And so it's a very, very powerful allegory, and one that I think becomes incredibly real the deeper that you get into these plant-based lifestyles of healing. And you have this information is really doing wonders for you, and you just want to share it with your loved ones, with your friends, with people. You want to share it with the world, like, check this out, this is something that's really cool, that's really great. Yet you're met oftentimes with people that are less than enthusiastic of what you're trying to say, or you might be somebody that maybe you just want to heal yourself. You might not even want to adopt it as a lifestyle, but you just are coming into this wanting to heal yourself, and you know that you haven't really been receiving much relief from what you're doing with the medical folks. So you come and you check out this. Then everybody around you, you start healing yourself. You stop taking your pills. You're starting to feel better, and everybody around you, it's like crabs in a barrel. Misery loves company, and they're trying to grab you back. Say, no, you're crazy. Come back. Get back on your pills. Get back on your this. And it's rough out here. So I try to be supportive and create these support systems for those of us that are interested in this. So without further ado, I found this wonderful claymation. It's a 3-minute long claymation version or adaptation of part of Plato's cave allegory. So when I watched this, it gave me like goosebumps. It's just the portrayal of it is incredible, and it's so short, yet it just nails the essence of this great allegory. So here it is. This is Bullhead Entertainment's The Cave, an adaptation of Plato's Allegory in clay. This director, writer, and producer Michael Ramsey, claymation artist John Grisby, and voice of Christopher Hitchson.
Imagine prisoners that have spent their entire lives chained deep inside a cave. They have been chained so that they cannot see behind themselves, and they are forced to stare endlessly at the cave wall in front of them. Behind them, a fire is burning, and between the prisoners and the fire is a raised walkway. Now imagine that each day, a menagerie of objects crosses the walkway. Animals, and people carrying their wares to market. Their shapes create an intricate shadow play on the wall in front of the prisoners. This is the only world that the prisoners have ever known. The shadows and the echoes of unseen objects. Now, imagine that a prisoner is released. After some time adjusting to the blinding light, the freed prisoner will begin to experience the world outside of the cave for the very first time. And it is like nothing he could have ever imagined. With his new perception of the world, the man will of course want to return to his friends to share his incredible discoveries. But the prisoners cannot recognize their old friend. He appears as all things do. His voice is a distorted echo, and his body is a grotesque shadow. They cannot understand his fantastic stories of the world outside of the cave. To them, it will never exist. This, of course, does not make the world outside of the cave any less real.
All right, this is wonderful. I love this. This is just such a great. I already really love the cave allegory, but this, there's something about that part where the formerly enslaved, emancipated figure, after having experienced reality, runs back in, and there's no malicious intent. It's all love, and it's like, check this out, there's something going on outside, I want to help you guys free.
With his new perception of the world, the man will of course want to return to his friends to share his incredible discoveries.
Not only can he not save his family, but they turn on him. They would rather stay enslaved than to be liberated, because that is, in essence, the nature of slavery. The way that I treat what we do, we are trying to emancipate ourselves physiological liberation, and it's real, it's serious. And so I take this work that seriously. We are trying to get free, and fruits and green leafy vegetables is the key. Hey, I want to thank you all for checking out the video, and I've put all of the contact information down below. You can check out where the video came from, and some links to some of the things that I have going on. So I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace, love, and breath.